Hello, this is Brent Porcio with TopVelocity.net, and this is the analysis section of the 3x Velocity System instructional videos. We're just going to go over here the importance of video analysis, what I am looking for in a good video analysis, and ultimately how to send and post your video analysis. Because if you're really going to get better, which is implementing the 3x mechanics into your delivery, these velocity mechanics, uh, there's no better way than to really analyze your own delivery, to see it visually. Um, it's just very hard. I call pitching blind if you aren't um, doing your own analysis or having someone else, excuse me, preferably someone who has an approach that you feel is effective, like the 3x pitching, analyze your video. So that's why I offer the video analysis as a part of these videos in the 3x pitching velocity program, because I want to help you guys implement these velocity components ultimately, because that's what's going to get you to your velocity goal even faster. So I see results happen even faster with video analysis, because I can sit there with a lot of, say, my guys that I work with all through the summer. I can sit there and tell them what they're doing, but it really doesn't sink in until they see it. So there's really nothing better than filming your delivery, slowing it down, and then analyzing it. So mm, that's that's why I'm here. So if you have yet to send in or post your video for analysis, um, just basically go right here to topvelocity.net/forum. But you can get to that link here by selecting the forum button, and this is where I've been posting all the video analysis, and I put it here in the pitching section under mechanics analysis. And you can see currently we have 104 um, players that I have done analysis for, or pitchers I've done analysis for. So you pretty much would just select page one, or just you could hit mechanics and analysis right there. Then you'll see all of them. Guys, I ultimately recommend that you go through this and view others' pitchers analysis and learn from that, because there's a lot of redundancy, a lot of just me going over the 3x mechanics. And these really help. I get a lot of good response from those saying that this is a great way to really learn 3x pitching. But if you want to post your own, you'll see you need to log in. So once you log in, you'll see a post, reply, or whatever. And when you hit the post, I guess here we go. Let's walk through it. I'll just log in. Okay, so once you log in, if you haven't logged in, just register. It's free. And then you can see, add topic. So you'd hit add topic. This is where you put in the topic name, which put your name there, and then put pitching analysis. And then in here you can post a link to the YouTube video. I think that's the best way to get your analysis to me, is on some video hosting, but there's tons of them, Vidler, Vimeo, and all that stuff. You can just put the link there, or if you want to get into the code, you hit HTML, and you can actually post the embed code in the HTML, and then down here it says update. You just hit update, and then you would save it, and it would show up right here as one of these. As we can see here, if I select this one, we can see right there. That's my analysis. I post them onto YouTube. So after I get your video, I do an analysis with my voiceover posted on YouTube, and then you can view it. So I'll send you the link, or you'll get a reply if you posted it yourself here. Some guys get intimidated by this, these forums. So if you just don't want to do it that way, see the contact us. You just go to the contact us, because this goes right to my email. Put in your name, your email, and put in the link there, and I'll post it up for you and everything. So. But basically, when I'm doing an analysis, I probably use one of these 4 videos. I'm finding new ones all the time. I just pull my footage wherever I can find it, and of course, I do a lot with Lincecum. I do a lot with Felix Hernandez, with Chapman, and now I like Trevor Bauer. Everyone's hearing about him. He's very explosive too. But these guys really make a good an example of 3x to me. These guys really incorporate all the components I feel are critical for velocity, and these happen to be some of the better pitchers in the league, some of the harder throwers in the league. You know, I put even guys like Strasburg, I had him in here. I just feel that his um, how he abducted his arm through his delivery, I feel is what led to his injury, along with tons of throws and fighting his way up to minor league ball to make a name, to represent his $50 million signing bonus in Major League Baseball. Puts a lot of pressure on guys. So he was probably going full intensity every single time, and ultimately his mechanics, had a little issue, but all in all, his lower half was great, and of course that's why he threw 100 and some miles an hour. But I'd take him out just because he had a flaw that led to a serious injury. I mean, it just wasn't a your average just run of the mill injury, wear and tear. He actually ripped the UCL from the bone, the ulnar, or the uteral collateral ligament. So it's I just kind of put him on the back burner until he makes his way back, and let's see what he does. But I'd pull him in every now and then. So let's just kind of walk through what I'm looking for in these analysis, and what I will, or how I'm going to do your analysis. This is pretty much what I'm looking for. So I'll always take these guys, and let's take each one of them just so we can see how they pair up. So I always start right when that leg lift is coming down. So right when the leg lift is coming down, right here. So this is Trevor Bauer doing his little run and throw. Let's get him right here. Okay. So right when his leg lift is coming down, Chapman, right when his leg lift is coming down, jumped him a little bit here. Right, and you'll see they're all in that good start position. They got their weight out over the inside of their foot. So you can see that. They're not balanced up over their drive legs. So we can see that. They tuck the knees in. See the knees over the inside of the foot. They close off really well. Shoulders and hips. Lead with the hip. We can see it here. They're all doing it. It's very similar here. See how they're closing off, tucking off. Okay. Then we take them into the load position. You're going to see really good forward progress, meaning you're going to see those hips moving forward as they're loading down on their drive leg. So, and I catch it right before triple extension. So, right before triple extension. All right, so you can see that their force vector is already in line at this point. They got their hips out, their ankle to knee is in line with that front hip, moving towards the target. They're still closed off. Same thing here. We can see Felix, same thing. We can see it with Bauer. Probably the best example of your force vector. I mean, it's like perfectly in line with this front hip. That means he's really moving. Lincecum. I mean, Lincecum's in the pin here, obviously not going 100%, but he's in a game, so he's a little bit more, that force vector line up. You can see more momentum in the body. But I'm looking for this because I don't want to see guys just loading into this position in that force vector, that ankle to knee upright, and you'll see that. So that means you're vertical. This allows them to accelerate. At this point, they're going to triple extend, and it's going to move them linear. So you can't triple extend and explode and drive and fire until your force vector is in line. So you're seeing this with all these hard throwers, and these aren't the only guys doing it. I see tons of guys doing this really well. All right, so then we take them into triple extension, and we're going to see they all get that triple extension before front foot strike. So we see that foot just landed, triple extension, foot just landed, triple extension, foot just landed, triple extend. Actually, Chapman's great. His toes aren't even down. He's triple extended. Lincecum, look, toes not even down, triple extended. This is one of the big things of 3X pitching, triple extension before front foot strike. And you'll see these hard throwers doing it. I'll see. This is the one thing where I see young pitchers don't do. They're still deep in the hole, and they haven't even fully extended. So when I say triple extension, I'm not just saying the knee extended. I'm saying the hip flexor and the ankle. So we want to see that ankle dragging. We want to see the hip flexor open to where you kind of create that little bow effect. And almost, the knee gets extended maybe for a split second, maybe not, but it's close to full extension. So, but most importantly, the hip flexor and the ankle, because that means the hips are open. If you fully extend or triple extend, you're going to have those hips open when your front foot lands. Okay. And not only that, but they do it fast enough that, lining your force vector up and then exploding through triple extension is going to help you create more hip to shoulder separation. So we can see their belt buckles to the targets, their shoulders close, belt buckle to the target, shoulders close, belt buckle to the target, shoulders close, belt buckle to the target, shoulders close. So achieving triple extension before front foot strike would mean you would have your belt buckle to the target and better chances your shoulders are closed. So that, to me, is how you create more hip to shoulder separation. And these pitchers, or the National Pitching Association said that 80% of velocity comes from hip to shoulder separation. But I feel that the NPA fails to, teach how to implement this or how this is created, and I believe it's triple extension. Okay, so we see that good triple extension. And guys, this is the essence of 3X. Being able to get into this position with optimal hip to shoulder separation and this full stride, you had an explosive stride to create that triple extension. So this is, to me, the essence of 3X. Of course, you want to finish that with a good chest thrust and external rotation, which you're going to see here. Look at this chest getting out, the arms externally rotated. Bauer, same thing. I'm jumping frames here. Chest out, external rotation. Chapman, chest out, external rotation. Lincecum, chest out, external rotation. So then they continue to convert that power from the stride phase through torque of hip to shoulder separation now into torque through chest thrust external rotation. And then this is the point where, if you can do these, I guess, three main components: the triple extension before front foot strike, hits optimal hip to shoulder separation, then chest thrust external rotation, you're set, man. The ball's just going to fly. The ball's going to ride and take off. And then you're going to see that last key high velocity component, early internal rotation. So boom, literally one frame, he's internally rotated. You don't see this slow pulling down. I mean, he's trying to pull down a little bit, but you see that quick internal rotation, pow, like a mousetrap catapult. We don't want this pivot moving. We don't want this pivot moving. We don't want this pivot moving. Everywhere there's a pivot, it must be stable, and we want that arm just to take off, which we see there. We're kind of blurred out here. So really, this is where he releases. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Stable front leg, not allowing those fulcrums to give out and lose velocity. Stable front leg, stable front leg. So they wouldn't have hit this position, which is puts them in the category of a high velocity pitcher, if they wouldn't have done all those beginning steps correctly. So the end result is a product of doing everything correct from the beginning. So a lot of guys pitch just focusing on the end result, and they're totally not focused on the beginning. They are neglecting all those critical components to get them to the end result. So you're wasting your time. So quality throws would say, get it right in the beginning, you'll end up where you want to be at the end. All right, so this is what I'm going to go through. I'm going to use these examples, and I'm going to compare you up to your ability to hit these components like these pitchers are doing, and we'll see how you come out at the end. But we strive perfection. We strive for perfection, knowing that we may never hit it, but just keep working. The closer you can get is always the better. Okay, so I say get going, send your video in, because it's going to take more than one video to get these mechanics working. So it's going to take several of them. So, all right, so best of luck to you, and keep moving on with the videos.